heard you're getting a therapist. Is that true?
I wanted to get a therapist, but like, I really want to get a therapist, but they all fucking want to do it on Zoom, which is like, I really don't. I understand it's a fucking pandemic, but like,
Right.
I really don't trust a therapist on Zoom.
Oh, you mean like you think there's somebody in the room with them, like laughing
Yeah,
at you?
like I would assume a lot of therapists also have kids.
Yeah.
And like, I know it's the rule for a therapist, and they would lose their license if they like talk about, you know, who their patients or whatever, who their people are, clients. I shouldn't say patients, but who their clients are. But I just always feel like especially with Zoom, like there's always a kid that's going to be listening next door or something, or the video's being recorded. I don't know. I just want to do it in person.
I get that.
If I'm going to do therapist stuff.
It's great. So it's just another.
Or maybe I'll just have them wear headphones. Maybe I'll just be like, just put on headphones.
Yeah.
I never even thought of that.
Or you could use it as an excuse to still stay the way you are.
Right. Yeah.
And
I think that's what I'm doing. I think I'm just going to be slumping around for a while longer. What's a therapist like?
It's daunting because the minute you start, you realize how fucked you are.
Really?
Yeah.
And does it take a moment for you to like, for you to open up? Like, did it take you a moment?
Yeah, it takes me, I would lie for a long time
Yeah,
to the therapist. Like a few sessions.
Yeah, what would you say?
I'm happy, I love her.
I'm happy, I love her.
Yeah, like.
And then would he unpack it? Would he be like, do you really love her?
The thing is, a therapist has seen a guy like me 50,000 times.
Okay.
So he knows exactly what's going on, or he or she. I had a male therapist and I had a female therapist. They both could read me the minute I walked in the room. I mean,
you need a divorce. Oh, whoa. Hi, I'm Jason.
That's basically what happened. The female therapist that I ended up with at one point just sat me down after being with her for a year, and she just said, "Jason, are you ready to leave?"
Are they allowed to like sway your opinion on things? Like, are they allowed to talk you into a divorce?
She had
definitely
listened
did.
to me complain for a year and basically said, she's like, "Are you strong enough to leave?" And I said, like she fucking caught me off guard. Like that was in the first minute of that session. Like I was like, She was like, "If you're not strong enough, that's okay. You can stay."
That sounds kind of manipulative.
Well,
are you powerful enough to leave, Jason?
I mean,
are you man enough to back out of this relationship, or are you a pussy?
It's what I needed to hear.
Right.
You know,
and that's what started the divorce.
Yeah.
See, I must remind people, many people probably don't know this about Jason, but he was the one that initiated the divorce. I know looking in and listening to the podcast, you would think it's definitely his ex-wife that left him. And this, every time you bring it up, like even just now, I'm like, I had to remind myself, I was like, oh yeah, Jason was the one that ended things, which is crazy. They can't tell anybody about anything? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, they're not supposed to say anything.
But except when you're about to hurt yourself or hurt others, is that when they're allowed to? Like when?
I think so. Yeah.
Or they're like, does she give you the guidelines before?
No.
Okay, so there's no like, I cannot say anything. There's not like a Miranda rights speech. Like, I am your therapist, and I will be silent, and I will be vowed to you, and I will protect your secrets at all costs, unless you plan to harm a child. And then the room gets really dark and red. No, it's not how it works.
No. You know what's really funny is we had a therapist that everybody went to.
Yeah.
So I could imagine that woman knew the gossip.
Okay,
amongst,
that's what I'm scared.
Like imagine like you, Zane, Heath, Todd, and Scott, and me all went to the same therapist.
Right. So
and like one day you're like, Scott's bitching about you. And then the next day I'm bitching about Scott. Like that's what this therapist was. It was so funny.
Okay, but at that point she has to start taking sides, right? And doesn't that like interfere with like how she's trying to talk to people?
It could interfere.
I would never do that.
I told you the story by the therapist that railroaded Marnie, right? I've told you that, right?
Yeah, wait, what happened again?
I just like this was the first time I went to this guy, and I would just complain about Marnie for like weeks and weeks and weeks, and then he's like, well, you know, do you think it's might be a good idea to have Marnie come in for a session? You know, maybe we can work through it. And I was like, yeah, that'd be great. So I talked to Marnie. It was Marnie's idea that I go to therapy, and I was like, yeah, it's going really well, and now we're ready for you to come in. And she was like, great. I'm so glad this is working out, blah, blah, blah. And then Marnie got in there and he just fucking attacked her.
Oh, no.
He attacked her. He was like, he wants to be able to have some freedom and you can't seem to do that. And it's a one-sided thing. And Marnie was like, even I was like, whoa. Like, this is fucked up.
Right.
So that I was bitching for months to this guy. And then he fucking went after her.
What did she say when you guys left?
We left, and she was like, "That was fucked up. You like came after me," and I was like, "That was fucked up for sure."
That's funny.
Pretty funny.
Did you just disconnect the mic? Bro, Jason's fucking fidgeting here, and he just disconnected the mic cord
I'm so
like
excited.
as like a fidget.
I'm so excited I get to talk to you because I never get to see you. If you're pulling out somewhere,
Whoa.
I literally thought
Whoa, what do you mean if you're pulling out?
hang on, get your mind out of the gutter. If you're pulling out, if you're backing out of somewhere, and then like you get like a text from someone, and then you crack your mirror and bust your entire window because the mirror like was attached. Is it that person's fault that was texting you?
Person that texted you? I don't think so.
Yeah, shit.
Why? What that just
You owe me
happened?
$250.
Wait, really?
No, it wasn't you. You never text me. Marty was texting me about Thanksgiving dinner, and I was like pulling out of my friend's house.
Damn, bro.
And she was like, beep, beep, beep. And I was like doing two things at once. And I took my mirror and it popped the window in the car, like the little window. You know, you have your big window.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it just went pop.
Wow, so this Thanksgiving dinner has been fucked for you from the start.
Yeah, I had a lot. I think that's probably why I was saying that nasty
How
stuff.
pissed were you when that happened? Were you like cursing out Marnie?
I wasn't pissed because I had a good day and things were going well. And I put it in my head right away. I was like, I called the guy from the car company and I was like, can you come tomorrow and take care of this? And he was like, yeah, I'll be there in the morning. And I was like, okay. And it was taken care of.
I was also going to say this. This is probably not a story for anybody on the podcast, but I find it really interesting to myself, and it's really important to myself, so I just want to talk about it so I can document this moment. But, like, I have, like, the smallest, some people say it's OCD, like the smallest level of OCD. I think everybody has some sort of it where it's like, if I don't touch that tree right now, I'm never going to be successful. Or I'm going to have a horrible year if I step on one of these cracks in the next steps. And I do that throughout the day, like constantly, especially on my runs. On my runs, it's completely taken over.
Oh, wow.
And like my runs will be like, if I don't touch this light post, if I don't skip across this like crosswalk, like it's constantly happening during my runs, and it's been happening my entire life. And it's like a really small thing that I just kind of live with. I don't really care. But I've found out a way to fight that and to combat it the other day, which I thought was like so genius. I'm like, why have I never done this? There's only one other thing that I respect as much as me doing these little things these little tasks I've given myself, and that's the word dead ass. Yeah. And before I started my run, I said, dead ass, I'm not going to do anything that I think I have to do to make myself more successful in the future. So now I'm running, and like I have nothing in my way. So I'm not skipping, I'm not stepping on cracks, and I've literally fought my own like stupid thing I've made in my own head with my own other stupid thing I've made in my own head. So like I've just said, I'm dead ass, I'm done with it. And like every day I'll say that, and I just don't do it.
Okay, well, here are your pills for today.
But isn't that crazy?
Isn't that crazy? Have group therapy in an hour, so you have the next 30 minutes.
I know. But isn't it crazy that I've been missing this like this entire time? Like that's so crazy. Like
I think it's even crazier that you have to tell yourself something, that there's one thing that controls you over another.
It's a complete loophole. Like it's a complete loophole. It's like I imagine the little minions, the little devils that are in my head that are setting up this. They just went, fuck. Fuck, he found out. He found out that he can use dead ass against us. And it's just like...
Do you think there's devils in your head?
No, but whatever it is, whatever's holding me back. But yeah.
So you had a clean run the other night. You didn't with a good
clean
swift dead ass right at the start.
Yeah, right.
Great.
I'm like, dead ass, I'm not going to listen to myself, and I'm going to step on whatever I want to step on.
And it works.